hey, no matter how focused or how careful you are, from time to time, we will make mistakes. We can screw up in the most creative ways, from making wrong business decisions to forgetting to buy flowers on the anniversary date. In case you are interested in how to make a comeback after you screw up at work, I have created a video about that some time ago, so definitely check that out. But right now, I want to talk about a different problem. So what happened recently is a friend of mine came to me and said she had made a silly mistake at work by transferring money into a wrong account. Now this problem is easily fixable. All it takes is just make a couple of phone calls saying, oh, I've made a mistake, and those transactions are easily reversible. It's not that much of a big deal, but she still felt terrible about this, and she even refused to have dinner. I tried to cheer her up, but not much luck. So that gets me into thinking, why can't she just laugh it off? The answer is quite obvious, and that is she can't forgive herself. You probably have experienced that before as well. When you know you could have done better but you didn't, then most likely you would just go self-sabotaging and beating yourself up. We all know we can't make every decision right, but the feeling of guilt will crawl on our back. In this video, I'm going to share a few approaches on how you can move on and forgive yourself from past mistakes. Hello everyone, my name is Keith So, and if this is the first time you come across to my channel, I create content about career empowerment for young professionals. If you found my video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. I would really appreciate it. Okay, when I stuff up, the first thing I like to ask myself, should I blame everything on myself about this? I feel this advice might be a little bit controversial because that sounds like I'm shirking the responsibility, but that's not what I meant. What I mean is, you shouldn't take all the burden and think everything is your fault, because most likely there are other factors that contribute to this current problem. Sure, my friend was careless for not double checking, but her colleague should have gave her the right account number in the first place. Now I think this is a noble cause to take the bullet for everyone, and in a lot of circumstances this is the right thing to do. But you are facing your inner self when you are introspecting. You should be honest to yourself and own your share of mistake only. Are you a perfectionist? Now, being a perfectionist is a double-edged sword. That makes you a person with high standard, and by not settling for less, you can achieve great results. But the downside is you could feel defeated when things are not going into your way. It's essential to give in your best, but as I've mentioned a couple of times already, we will make mistakes from time to time. We need to acknowledge that. In my friend's situation, that wasn't a big deal. She just can't help magnifying the error, and she even punished herself for not having dinner. Not a very wise decision if you ask me, unless she's trying to find a reason to lose weight. So when you screw up, you probably will have a mixed feeling of guilt and shame. People tend to see these two are the same thing, but in fact, they are quite different. Generally speaking, guilt serves a purpose, but shame does not. You feel guilty because your decision or your action has caused an undesired result, and you might have disappointed yourself or other people. In some ways, it's good to feel the guilt because that allows you to own the mistakes. However, shame is a negative emotional state. It's often irrational, and it'll lead you to self-sabotaging. For instance, you might start thinking negatively and generalizing thoughts by saying things like, I am a failure, I'm not good at anything, I've never done anything right. Now see, nothing will come out great if you are shaming yourself. You definitely need to take a step back, take a few deep breaths, and switch yourself to problem-solving mode. Start finding ways to control the damage. Admit the mistake and apologize to someone who has been affected from that. These are better ways to redeem yourself. The best thing about failing or making mistake is it can help you grow and improve, but only under one condition, and that is you see that as a lesson. The longer you spend dwelling on the mistake, the more you will be missing out. I mean, the fault cannot be undone, so why not make the most of it? Try to detach your emotion for now and see what you can learn from it. Ask yourself how you can handle the situation better next time. Come up with ways that can prevent this from happening again. You never know, the lessons could be so valuable to you, and you'll be grateful that you have made this mistake in the past. Okay, I know it's not easy to forgive yourself, especially when you know you have hurt someone or create a disaster. But you have to understand that nothing great will come out if you don't fix your mind. Ask yourself if you are taking a necessary burden, and don't be a perfectionist when it comes to making mistakes. Also, ensure you get rid of that shameful feeling, because that's a waste of energy and you should start fixing the problem instead. And finally, be grateful that you have made the mistake, because it has taught you a good lesson. Over the course of time, the mistake will become trivial. You probably forget about it, or you find it funny and wonder why you were so upset back then. Don't be too harsh on yourself. It's part of life to screw up, and it's the screw up that makes the journey fun. So definitely remember to forgive yourself. This is what I would do, and I hope you find this helpful. Comment below if there's something you want to ask me, and if you struggle in your life and career, you can book a 30 minutes clarity call with me for free. Details in the description section. And of course, if you find this helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. That means a lot to me. And this is it. I'll see you in the next week video. Signing off.